Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Shining Brighter. My name's Nick. And even though it's a little chilly today, as you can see, it is a beautiful day. What I'd like to talk about today is life and what it means to you. Because it's different for everybody. And no two people have the same life. The reason I say that is because you might be in a community that's poor, or you might be in a community that's, paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you're above that, or maybe you're very wealthy. It doesn't matter that you're in the same financial class because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what's going on in people's heads. You don't know what people are quietly dealing with or struggling with. And that's why it's always so important not to be quick to judge people, because you don't know. All too often, and everybody's been guilty of this at some point in their life, including me, we can judge people strictly on appearance or strictly on finances, which is really stupid, or even, what type of job they do, or the type of house they live in, or the car they drive, whatever superficial thing you can look at. It's so easy to judge, but it's a lot harder not to. Why anybody thinks that they have the right to judge somebody without knowing their circumstance is beyond me. You might get somebody that out of the blue decides, to yell at you or take out some anger on you or judge you. And you're sitting there going, what did I do? I don't even know you. Well, rather than judging that person or, throwing some insults back, I know it's hard in the moment because the reaction is to defend yourself. But maybe just say to yourself, okay, clearly that person's got something going on in their life. Rather than adding to it, maybe I just walk away, or maybe I even say, hey, I don't know why you came at me that way or what's going on, but, if there's anything I can do, let me know. And I think it's a huge problem these days because everybody's so angry, so frustrated, so divided, and everybody's got their own problems. And so many people don't have the capacity to help others when they have their own problems. But it's got to start somewhere. Somebody's got to be the catalyst, or at least try. Because even if you try and the person rejects you again, don't think that they didn't notice that you tried, that you showed a level of care, that you thought, to offer them something positive. It may be a case where they never acknowledge it and keep treating you poorly, in which case you just walk away and boom, they're gone out of your life. Or maybe they'll think about it and come back one day and say, I came at you that day from a really bad place. You didn't deserve it. And you tried to offer me help and I shot you down. And I'm sorry. Does that happen all the time? No. But again, you don't know what that person's dealing with, what they're going through. So you have to decide, as a person, how you want your life to be. Do you want to allow people to bring you down and treat you poorly and have you second guessing yourself or wondering if you did something wrong or if you deserved it? Well, none of that's true. Unless you wronged that person somehow, and you did, then that's on you to make that right. But letting anybody else control the narrative of your life is pointless, because they don't know what you're going through. They don't know what you're dealing with. They don't know what you've been through in life. And combined, that's the biggest problem that is preventing the world from coming together in a better and healthier way. Because everybody just wants to have their point of view heard and validated, and people want things their way. And not everybody, but the people who were not supported in life, maybe they didn't grow up in a great family, or they were treated poorly at work, or they never really had a true friend group that wanted the best for them. So they get to a point of being angry and defensive and trying to control everything, because if they have that control, then they tend to at least feel better about themselves, even if it's not genuine. But nobody should have to feel that way. Nobody should have to deal with being treated poorly, or having a harsh life. But it's reality. It is what it is. So what are you going to do with your reality? Are you going to let your reality be what all these people are trying to make it for you, and impose their weaknesses and insecurities on you? Or are you going to step aside and say, you know what? You're not here for me. You're not here for my greater good. You don't respect me. So goodbye, you're out. You don't get to be here. And then when you do that, you start setting your healthy boundaries. You start respecting yourself. You start learning your value and your worth. And none of those things are arrogant or selfish or anything negative. They're necessary for you to become a healthy, happy, self-loving person. And if you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to. There might be people who see you and want to, but chances are, if you're not in that place of self-love, you'll self-sabotage or push them away, or think, they want something from me. None of that's healthy. We all know that. When I do these videos and I talk to you guys about these things, I'm not telling any of you that you don't know what I know, or that I know better, because I don't. I'm just sharing my perspective and my views, things that I've learned, and I share them because I want everyone to grow and become that better version of themselves that I know they can be, because we all deserve it. So life is what you make of it. And when you see a story about somebody who says, I grew up poor and now, I am a multimillionaire, or I run and own several companies, or, I got a PhD, I put myself through school, I did all this hard work. That is proof right there that your life is what you make of it. It comes down to your inner strength, your resilience, your determination, and your self-belief. Every single person on this planet has God-given gifts, skills, abilities, and they should be celebrated. And I don't mean that in a way that, we should be blowing sunshine up each other's butts. It's not like that. I'm just saying there's so many people on this planet that never realize and reach their potential. And who knows what they could have contributed to this world, only because people held them down and held them back out of their own jealousies, insecurities, weaknesses. Maybe they did it out of, gender inequality, racial inequality, religious inequality, or just difference of opinion for whatever stupid reason they have. I think a lot of people get squandered in this life, and we lose out on the contributions that they could make. And I'm telling you guys that I believe that every one of you has something to offer this world. It's up to you to do the inner work, to make the choices that are best for you, to recognize your gifts and abilities and capitalize on them. We're just missing out on too much because people are not making their lives what they want them to be. You're not here to go to a 9-to-5 job 5 days a week, barely make ends meet, stress over bills, stress over food, stress over money, stress over anything. It is a part of this world, but it doesn't have to define you, nor do you have to allow it to keep you down and keep you in place. You just have to be strong enough to go after what you want. Maybe along the way, once you start realizing your worth and your value and you start respecting yourself, you start teaching other people what you've learned, how you overcame. Maybe you become somebody supportive, somebody that other people can look to as an example of ways to break free from the unhappy life they're in. I know for me, and I've said it before, I learned that my purpose here is to help people. That's what the channel's all about. That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't expect that everyone will agree with what I say, nor do I think that everybody will believe in it. Excuse me. But if even one person gets something positive from it and it helps to improve their life or change it in a really positive way, then I'm good. I'm happy. I want success for everyone. I want everybody to break free. I want everybody to live their life and to love it, and to surround themselves with like-minded people. People who are their tribe, their family, their supporters, people that want the best for them. But you can't do that if you stay stuck. A lot of people don't know how to start. And what I can tell you is you need to spend time every single day thinking about what it is that you're good at, what your gifts, abilities, and skills are. A lot of times people will tell you their observations of you, and a lot of times, people will just kind of brush it off and say, oh, thanks, I appreciate that, and never give it a second thought. Pay attention to those signs. If you keep hearing it over and over and over again, there's your answer. Everyone has the right, the ability, and the power to make the life they want. So go after it. Don't let anybody stand in your way. Don't let anybody be negative. Don't allow obstacles, because you don't have to. All you have to do is what makes you happy. And then you'll be around people that see the same thing and support you and love you and care about you. And your life will be so much better. So please take the time every day, manifest, speak it out into the world what you want, but do it from a place of genuine care and truth, and not selfishness and not anger. Nothing negative, because whatever you put out negative will come back on you. But at the same token, whatever you put out positive will come back on you. So start today. Don't sit there and say, maybe I'll do it tomorrow or next week. Start right now. There's no reason you can't. And as always, know your worth, know your value, respect yourselves, and know that I truly do see you all for who you really are, and I love you all for it. Let the sun shine down on you. Make your world the way you want it. Have a beautiful day.